this is a very important step as far as the resumption of formal talks between the Government of India and the Naga stakeholders are concerned. A.K. Mishra, the interlocutor, is arriving in Nagaland. Some reports are saying that he has already arrived, and this evening his first engagement is with the 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗔𝗡 Federation, and apart from that, tomorrow morning he is going to meet the NSCN-IM delegation headed by NSCN-IM top leader 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗛𝗡𝗔𝗦𝗧, and of course he is also meeting the NNPGs at the 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗔𝗦𝗧 police guest house. In fact, Mr. Muiva, the NSCN-IM Supremo, is already at the 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗔𝗦𝗧 police guest house near Dimapur. Now, the big development is that this talks between the interlocutor A.K. Mishra and the key stakeholders of the Naga peace process, that is the NSCN-IM on one hand and the NNPGs on the other, is taking place after months of informal back-channel communications. In fact, I would not say that there was a stalemate, but there was definitely a deadlock, some kind of a slowing down of the talk process, and that is what is going to resume after several weeks actually. In fact, it was in October that Mr. 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗛𝗡𝗔𝗦𝗧 had landed in New Delhi on a chartered aircraft to hold talks with the interlocutor and other top Government of India leaders. But again, there was a deadlock over the issue of the flag and the constitution, and these are the two core points that over which the deadlock is going on as far as the NSCN-IM is concerned. And as far as the NNPGs are concerned, they are saying that they are absolutely nothing to talk, they are ready to sign on their dotted lines, and that whatever issues needs to be sorted out can also be sorted out after an accord is reached. That is the position, that is the stand of the NNPGs, of which there is no change even today. But as far as the NSCN-IM is concerned, they had held a emergency National Assembly about almost a year ago, and after that they had adopted a resolution that unless a flag and constitution is granted, they are not going to move forward. There is no question of signing on a Naga peace accord, and that was the deadlock all about. And after that, there has been a lot of efforts by the then Nagaland government under the leadership of Nephew Rio, and because as we all know, there was a party-less government, there was an opposition-less government in Nagaland, where all the political parties have decided to work under Chief Minister Rio to facilitate the peace process. And that, of course, is not the situation today officially, but even today there is no opposition in Nagaland virtually, because all the political parties have lent their support to the government. And although it is not a formal, but technically there is no opposition in Nagaland even at this point in time, because all the elected members, whatever party, they have lent their support to the government. But now one has to wait and watch whether the government has any formula in hand or any solution to provide to the NSCN-IM when they meet tomorrow. Is the NSCN-IM going to once again say that they cannot move forward unless their demand for a flag and constitution are granted by the Government of India? These are the key questions. Will the NSCN-IM stick to their stand tomorrow when they sit face to face with A.K. Mishra? Will Mr. Muiva say that give us the flag and constitution and we'll sign the accord? Will that be the case? Will the Government of India come up with a compromise formula? Does the Government of India have an offer in hand in between? So these are some of the key questions which we'll have to wait and watch as to how the talks unfold tomorrow when it begins at the 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗛𝗡𝗔𝗦𝗧 police guest house under tight security.
And Wasbir, this will be the first meet after the Nagaland assembly polls, so the state government too will keep a close watch on the developments.
Absolutely. The state government, see, there must have been an understanding even before the elections, because the BJP and the NDPP, they had a pre-poll alliance, and BJP at this time were given 20 seats to contest, and they had done a remarkable performance even this time around. So the NDPP contested 40 seats. So the BJP is a key partner in the Nagaland government. NDPP is of course the dominant player there, and of course all the other smaller parties. The NPF's strength has been reduced to only two seats they have won, But there are other forces like the Nationalist Congress Party that had won 6 seats in Nagaland Assembly. So this is the composition. But now, yes, the Nagaland government would have definitely consulted, because Mr. Nephew Rio, immediately after being sworn in as the new chief minister, within a day or two, he had among the chief ministers to have visited Delhi and met the central leaders was Nephew Rio. So he must have discussed these things. And also, of course, we all know that the NEDA convener and Assam Chief Minister Dr. 𝗡𝗢𝗡 Biswa Sharma, he refuses to talk generally on the Naga peace talks, but one knows that he is also a key facilitator in the Naga peace talks. In fact, both Mr. 𝗡𝗢𝗥𝗧𝗛𝗏 and Mr. Nephew Rio had several rounds of discussions with Dr. 𝗡𝗢𝗡 Biswa Sharma, and including the Nagaland BJP President and Minister 𝗡𝗢𝗡 along had also met, and in fact 𝗚𝗚𝗡𝗙 had also met the NEDA convener. So these are some of the leaders who are in constant touch with the NEDA convener, and the NEDA convener, of course, has been in constant touch with the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, and one can only imagine that they would have been talking for a way out to come out of this sticky situation of the NSA and IM demanding conceding of their core demand of a flag and constitution. So tomorrow's meeting will be crucial. Will the NSA and IM stick to the demand of a flag and constitution? Does the NSA and IM itself has an alternative proposal to place before the government of India, or whether the government of India has come prepared this time around to present the NSA and IM with a proposal or with a counter proposal to the demand of a flag and constitution. These are things that will be clear tomorrow.
Well, Wasbir, we also have our Kohima correspondent Sarah Konyak joining us.
Well, yes, Sarah, this is a very crucial meeting. Sarah, you'll be there in Dimapur, Chamukidima tomorrow. What are you picking up? What are your sources telling you? Who are the people likely to be represent the NSC and IM at this point in time, apart from Mr. Muiva?
Well, yes, Wasbir, I will be there tomorrow at the Chamukidima Police Complex giving all the details about the meeting. And yes, the delegation is being led by the Chief NSA and IM Chief himself, T.H. Muiva, who is already there at the Chamukidima Police Complex. Apart from the chief collective members, collective leadership members like V.S. Atem, General Retired V.S. Atem and R.H. Racing, and other collective member leadership will also be present in the meeting. We have not been able to confirm the exact timing, but we have been told that the tentative timing for the meeting with the NSA and IM is scheduled either at 11 or 12 p.m.
Right. We understand that the Naga Ho and the Gaumburas Federation are also likely to meet the interlocutor A.K. Mishra. What are you picking up?
Yes, Wasbir, a meeting with the Gambura Federation has been scheduled this evening at 7 p.m. We have not been able to get the confirmation where the meeting is going to be held. But yes, this will be the first meeting of A.K. Mishra after his arrival with the civil society organizations. So the first meeting is scheduled at 7 p.m. with the Gambura Federation, and we have also been informed that even the Naga Ho have sought for an appointment with Mishra, but we have not been able to confirm whether Mishra have consented to meet the Naga Ho. We are also hearing that the Government of India representative, Mr. Mishra, is also likely to meet the Konyak Union.
Okay, Konyak Union, because he's also likely to discuss the ENPO issue. That's what also we are picking up, that he was also likely to talk on the ENPO demand for maximum autonomy to the ENPO region, isn't it?
Well, yes, Wasbir, we have been informed by the ENPO that they met Mr. A.K. Mishra yesterday in Guwahati, and they are yet to come to an understanding to sign the memorandum of understanding, to sign an agreement regarding the statehood demand of country Nagaland. Earlier, I had a word with the ENPO president, and he informed that they will be meeting A.K. Mishra not in Nagaland but in Guwahati after 2 to 3 days after finalizing a few things.
So, Sarah, you were saying that the ENPO delegation had already met A.K. Mishra in Guwahati yesterday.
Yes, Wasbir, this is what we have been informed by the ENPO president, that they met Mishra yesterday in Guwahati, and they will be meeting him again in Guwahati after some few days. They informed that they are yet to finalize. They are yet to finalize on some issues which has not been resolved.
Sarah, don't go away. Stand by. This is the big breaking news at this point in time, viewers. ENPO delegation had met 𝗡𝗡𝗙 Mishra in Guwahati yesterday, and that has been confirmed to Northeast Live by none other than the president of ENPO. So this is now confirmed. An ENPO delegation had met 𝗡𝗡 Mishra, the interlocutor, in Guwahati yesterday, and it was from Guwahati that 𝗡𝗡 Mishra is reaching Dimapur. So that this has been confirmed to Northeast Live by the ENPO president. That is what our correspondent 𝗟𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is reporting from Kohima. Sarah, what are you picking up? You know, tomorrow the meeting. Do you think Mr. Muiva, when he meets 𝗡𝗡 Mishra, do you think he's going to start from his demand for a flag and constitution, or do you get a sense that the NSCN-IM has other proposals in mind? Do you expect the center to come up with a fresh proposal?
Well, if we recollect, like you have mentioned, that there was a national emergency meeting in Agri Expo last year, where they had adopted a resolution, and they have reiterated their stand that that any solution that is arrived at has to be on the basis of the framework agreement which was signed between the two parties. And the NSCN-IM, for over more than 2 years, they have been reiterating their demand for a separate flag and constitution. So, observers are saying that it is unlikely that the NSCN-IM may come down from their stand of a separate flag and constitution, and also the solution to be based on the framework agreement which was signed. So, as per observers, we do not expect the NSCN-IM to step down from the demand of a separate flag and constitution, which has been the core demand of the NSCN-IM. And yes, it was. If we recollect that after a stalemate, it was only after the core committee on Indo-Naga political issue led by the Chief Minister himself, Mr. Nefirio, who had met Mishra on 8 September and requested him to resume the talks based on the framework agreement, and also the competency clauses which are formulated by former interlocutors, Mr. R.S. Pandey and Mr. R.N. Ravi. And subsequently, the committee had also met the Union Home Minister on 12th of September, requesting for the intervention of the Prime Minister and the Home Minister. However, during the meeting with the Home Minister, Amit Shah had entrusted the core committee to impress upon NSCN-IM to resume the talks and to come to a logical conclusion. So this is how it had ended, and which also led to the resumption of talks between the two parties on September 21.
You know, Sarah, we are also picking up that the government of India is not averse. They are not opposed to the idea of allowing maximum use of the flag, you know, for all cultural purposes and other activities. But only thing we are hearing is that the flag will not be allowed to fly alongside the tricolor, alongside the Indian national flag. So these were some of the proposals that the government of India is coming up. Okay, we'll allow the NSCN-IM to use the Naga flag, but it will not be allowed to fly in any statutory offices or statutory offices alongside the national flag. So that can be also a proposal which Mishra might put forward formally tomorrow.
Well, this proposal was put forward to the NSCN-IM in many of the talks which was held in Dimapur, in 𝗡𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗏, as well as in Delhi. And the NSCN-IM have flatly rejected to the proposal made by the government of India on the issue of a separate flag and a constitution. Well, although the government of India had slightly agreed to incorporate the the constitution of the NSCN-IM in the Indian constitution, however, the NSCN-IM has also rejected to this proposal as well as the flag proposal, which will be allowed to use in the, cultural programs, but not along with the tricolor of the India.
Absolutely, 𝗟𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. For now, thank you very much. Keep track of the developments. Who are the people, delegations who are going to meet 𝗡𝗡 Mishra? Whether 𝗡𝗡 Mishra has already arrived in Dimapur, that's what we need to confirm at this point in time. Viewers, the big story is that tomorrow the Naga peace talks are once again going to resume with the interlocutor 𝗡𝗡 Mishra arriving in Dimapur and having talks. We'll be having talks tomorrow with the NSCN-IM led by 𝗡𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the Supremo, as well as the NNPG's delegation. And now, apart from these two organizations, that is the two key stakeholders, the 𝗡𝗡 Mishra is also going to hold talks with the Gaon Buddhas Federation tonight, and also expected to hold talks with other civil society organizations like the Naga Ho-Ho, although it is not confirmed as yet. Now, the big question is whether the talks will start from the fact that the NSA, the talks will start with the NSNIM sticking to their demand for a flag and constitution, or whether the government of India will come forward and place a separate proposal as a compromise to their demand for a flag and constitution. We'll have to wait and watch. Northeast Live is going to keep close track of the developments. Over to you, Pooja, in the studios.